Well, it's been almost exactly a year since we moved here to the farm, and so today I want to give you guys a recap of everything we've done since we got here.
After 3 years of searching, we finally found it. I'm still teaching high school chemistry, but with retirement on the horizon, this little Kentucky homestead is the future we've been dreaming about. We told the neighbors we'd moved in. This beautiful old barn was our first challenge. It used to house horses, but it had been abandoned for years. The groundhogs had taken over and done severe damage to the foundation and piled dirt against the walls, bringing termites. An eerie red balloon hovered over us on our first day. I started cleaning raccoon mess in the hayloft, and Steve started building a place to keep our chickens safe. After several long days, we had converted one of the old horse stalls into a chicken coop. It wasn't pretty, but it worked. Finally, we packed up the van and loaded up the chickens. And for our rooster Batman, it was literally the greatest day of his life. He could finally let loose without that anti-crow collar he had to wear in the city. With the chickens settled in, we finally got to enjoy our first sunset, and we knew we were home. Unfortunately, the second week brought us rain and flooding inside the barn. That's when we realized that water was coming up through the ground and flooding the entire left side of the barn, which explained that strange wooden floor that we saw in there. We had some really big challenges ahead of us. And in the house, we got to know our sump pump and the cave salamanders that were living in there. Meanwhile, the wildlife battles continued. I channeled my inner Bill Murray as I trapped groundhogs, rats, possums, and raccoons. Most of them got a ride to what we lovingly called the bus station. Then we started a seemingly never-ending process of clearing the fence lines. Then winter came, our first snow on the farm. Absolutely magical. And with it, our first winter sunsets. Quiet and peaceful, a nice reward for surviving those first few weeks of chaos. Sounds like Batman's ready to get up. Well, morning, kids. Come on out. It's a snow day. Let's go. For now, the chickens were high and dry on their side of the barn at least. When it was too cold to fix anything outside, we fixed everything inside. We repaired nearly every sink and toilet, and a giant ceiling leak in the basement turned into a drywall marathon. I feel like I painted everything. The garage had lost all its insulation to raccoon shenanigans, so we rebuilt that too. And the attic? Spiders. So many spiders, and none of them were the good kind. Meanwhile, we were dreaming ahead for our livestock, and that meant repairing at least one dry stall. And just in time for spring, we were ready, and our 5 adorable baby lambs arrived from a local farm, instantly worth it. Suddenly, our date nights weren't football games or tailgates anymore. Instead, we spent time together getting to know our sheep. This is Marshmallow Moon Pie, Snowball, Maisie, Bitsy, and Bunny. Moon Pie's the leader of the pack.
Get relaxed. He's a good boy.
And spring sunsets now came with these bouncing fur balls.
Come on, Bunny. Night, night.
Spring also brought us these cute little fluff balls, and the chicken math has begun. By summer, things were finally dry enough to tackle the flooding problem in the barn once and for all. I told Steve I wanted a big rock for my birthday, and he got me 19 tons of it. And yes, he insisted on shoveling every bit of it himself. We raised the floor by more than a foot and topped it off with some engineered livestock flooring. The sheep loved their new pad, and so did the raccoons. This project was physically exhausting, and most days I felt like this hammer. But at least we had those summer sunsets. Unfortunately, the job wasn't over because the chicken coop floor still needed attention. The chickens were now safe above and below, and so the coop got some major decor upgrades. Unfortunately, the sheep heard about how awesome it was, and they broke into the coop, and Snowball gorged himself till he got sick. This meant I had to come up with a new way to keep the sheep out and let the chickens in. And so was born the doorway to Club Ecstasy. We also built watering systems and hay feeding systems for the sheep. And then came our cat, Pickles. We adopted her from our local shelter's barn cat program. She fit right in. With the biggest project behind us, I was inspired to do something more fun, like taking this old woodshed and turning it into something gorgeous. I rebuilt this old wagon to use for hauling all kinds of things. And we cleared a lot more fence lines and caught a lot more wild animals. By July, I had painted this beautiful barn quilt, and on the 4th of July, we hung it on the barn. It looked so good that then we had to paint the rest of the barn, at least the front side. Build some doors, and add an automated door for club ecstasy. The sheep were really growing big over the summer, and we added a few more chickens, hauled a lot more brush, grabbed some more wild animals, and watched some more sunset. With little time to rest, it was now time to pick some of our fall garden vegetables that somehow we'd managed to actually plant this year.
Hi, guys.
It's been a huge challenge learning how to raise these mischievous but adorable sheep this year. And yes, somehow we ended up with one black sheep.
Good evening.
And she is hilariously on brand.
All right, we've got dinner for you in the barn. Come on, guys.
And we are eagerly awaiting our own spring lambs from these big bellies this winter. It's been an incredible and exhausting year, but worth every second.
I still can't believe I live here.
Thanks for joining me on this look back at our first year on the farm. Please let me know in the comments if you see anything you want to learn more about. Please like and subscribe so you can see what happens next on our little Kentucky farm.